Welcome to the second recap of the currently ongoing Freestyle Chess Tournament. In case you are a new viewer, I'll explain the rules to you once again. Basically, in Freestyle Chess, the pieces are arranged randomly in any order and the players need to adapt accordingly. Today we will see the battle for the 5th place that is going to take place between world number 2 Hikaru Nakamura against world champion Gukesh Domaraju. Both Hikaru and Gukesh played two classical games at first. Both of them ended in a draw. So they moved on to the tiebreakers. The tiebreaker consists of two rapid games which would decide who will go forward in this tournament. The first rapid game also ended in a draw, and now we will see the deciding game between them. So without wasting any time, let's just jump onto the video. Gukesh starts this round with the white pieces and Hikaru with the black pieces. The first move is c4, knight g6 and straight away white castles. c6 is played, opening up the bishop in a very important diagonal. And now Gukesh goes e3, aiming to play f4 in the next move and get open diagonals for both queen and the bishop. Hikaru also castles in the next move. Now f4 is played, opening up the diagonals. We can also see that this bishop also has a great diagonal. So Hikaru blocks this bishop with f5. And after few moves, Gukesh strengthens the center and has a lot of space. So Nakamura strikes back in the center using d5. Gukesh could have played c5, but this knight would have jumped on to the c4 square, and this is a very good square for the knight as it threatens the e3 pawn too. So instead, Gukesh jumps his own knight to c5 and threatens the e6 pawn. Queen e7 played, and now b3 is played, defending the c4 pawn. Hikaru brings out his bishop, attacking the knight, and Gukesh now plays a very good move, a very attacking move, a4. Notice that you cannot take on the knight actually, because if pawn takes, queen takes, then you can push forward and there is a surprise threat for the queen. And after a few moves, this position is opened up and you can see, as the eval bar says, there is a big advantage for white. So instead Hikaru plays d takes c4, pawn takes c4, and now bishop takes on the knight, and now pawn takes bishop. Hikaru goes back with his knight and Gukesh defends his pawn. Now this move is a mistake by Hikaru because now Gukesh strikes in the center with e4. Now after f takes e4, knight takes e4, this knight is threatened by two pieces and also is pinned by the bishop. Hikaru defends his knight with a pawn, and in this position white should have just played g3 and defend the f4 pawn. Gukesh misses that move and it's a blunder. Queen to g4. Now black has a very good move in this position, that is h5. If queen takes, then knight cross f4, there is a surprise attack on the queen, and as you can see, there is a 1.2 advantage according to the engines. But Hikaru in this position plays rook to d8. Again the engine wants Gukesh to push his pawn to g3, but Gukesh misses this idea, and rook to e1 is a very logical move as he targets the e6 pawn. Rook to d4 is played by Hikaru, and now Gukesh takes on the knight on the c5 square. Pawn takes, and now rook takes e6, attacking the queen. The queen moves to d7, and now bishop takes c5, forking both the rooks. But in this position, Hikaru yet again has a very good defense, that is rook cross d4. This is a very important position in this match, as things get very messed up after this position. White should have played the move bishop takes on g6, because if rook takes queen, then rook to f8 is simply a checkmate. But Gukesh blunders. He plays rook takes rook, and now you can see the back rank has no more defenders. So Hikaru now simply takes on the rook with the knight. And notice that Gukesh cannot actually take on the rook because queen cross d4 comes with a check, and this is simply a win for black. So Gukesh brings out his bishop, and now Hikaru cashes in the back rank with his rook and then with the mighty queen. Now he takes on the rook, and after bishop cross e6 check, Hikaru is just chilling with his king in the h8 square. There is no visible attacks in this position. Gukesh plays queen to f5, trying to deliver a checkmate in one, but Hikaru instantly exchanges the queens so that there is no counterplay in this position. And as you can see, Gukesh is an exchange down and he has one bishop for a rook. Hikaru has messed up so many winning positions in this tournament, so he would really want to win this one. Firstly, he secures his pawn by playing a5. Then he plays rook d2 attacking Gukesh's pawn. Gukesh somehow tries to defend these pawns, but the game is done because the pawn on c4 square has no more defenders. Gukesh tries some tricks, but they are of no use as his position is falling apart. And after bishop to d7, the final nail in the coffin, a simple pawn push c5, and you can see both the bishops are lined up in the same file and he could defend only one of them. And Gukesh resigns in this position. Gukesh, after playing 15 matches in this tournament, is yet to win a match, which is an unbelievable result. Hikaru wins this tiebreaker round and now will face the winner of the match between Firoza Alireza and Nodebek. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Cheers.